There we are. We're live. Howdy. I'm Pontoon Jody, and this is the Steve Douglas Monster Rod Holders Power Hour. And tonight's guests are Hooks and Hammocks, Chris Lee and Telly Lee. Welcome in.
It took a long time for that thing to change from scheduled to live.
Wow. Did it?
Yeah. But hello. Thanks for having us.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
There's
Hey,
the man
everybody, how you doing?
right there.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for
How's
joining
it going?
us tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm doing great. How you all doing?
Doing good. It's hot.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we went fishing this morning, and by 11 o'clock, we were like, we're done. We're going back to the boat ramp.
Did you catch anything?
We were not going to talk about that.
Yes.
We did. We caught.
Or did she catch it and you didn't?
No, I want her to catch the fish. I'd let her reel every one of them in. If I could.
Right.
Caught my first ever gar, about 4 feet long.
Oh, they're
I
fun.
saw
They come
that.
up out of the water and act crazy.
I did never want to catch one of those. I was
Did you get
so
him in the
proud.
boat?
Huh?
Did you get him in the boat?
Oh, no.
No, he wouldn't put him in the boat.
He ain't coming in my boat.
Oh,
There ain't enough room in our boat to bring that big old gar in. That thing was 4 feet long.
oh yeah.
It was cool to catch, though. I was excited because I never caught one.
Well, that's off your bucket list.
Yep.
And she'll never catch another one.
So he says. Just like we'll never get the footage that we should have had when we were in Tennessee.
I remember that.
Well, you should remember it because you're the one that switched my GoPro from video to photo.
Oh, we're going there. Are we?
Oh,
I was doing some Martin Scorsese stuff on that video too.
you were. I was proud of you
Yeah, that was a good fish.
until it wasn't there.
There's a couple screenshots.
Yeah.
Yeah, me turning the camera on and me turning the camera off. That was all
Yeah.
we got of that fish.
Yep.
That fish would have won the tournament at the gathering.
Oh,
It
really?
would have if we would have had our number.
Yeah, and we didn't have our number with us either.
Oh, that was fun that day.
It really was. It was a
Yeah.
blast.
Well, you want to say hello to people in chat?
Hello, people in chat. We're done.
Oh my goodness.
We got Mike Sampson, Smoky Mountain Catfishing, Crappy Day Darren, Wabash Nate, Stonefly's in here, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Chad Thomason, Mike Irvin, Catch Fish with Us, Dave Garcher, Mike Irvin, Verlina Smith. Make sure I ain't missed anybody. Quiet Man Curtis, Fishing Fever Austin, John Boy's Catfishing. Yeah,
I like
think
that
that's
name.
all right now. Mm-hmm.
I like that name.
Yeah, I do too. So, we're going to talk about what they use on their boat. What kind of equipment do you have for monster rod holders on your boat?
We have all Monster rod holders. We have an HD 40 and an HD 80, and
Yes.
we'll change those out depending on what we're doing. If we go to a local lake where we're like channel catfishing or something, we'll take the HD 40. And then when we go out somewhere where we have a chance at bigger fish, we take the 80. Except for today, I forgot to put the 80 in the boat. Good thing we
Yeah.
didn't need it.
How many rod holders do you have?
8 total on the boat. We have,
Yeah,
I think we have like 8 more in the garage.
we do.
We really don't have room on the boat for much more than what we got.
Do you know what style you use?
What are they? What are they? 33
3345.
45s. And we have the Rangers too that we
Mhm.
keep on the side for suspending.
Yeah.
We got 2 of those. And then I think we got like 4 more of those Rangers, and we got some of the other because we had some that we bought for the kayaks.
Yep.
And
You got a couple in there.
we actually used them on the boat for a while, and then
Yeah.
we got all the new rod holders, so we took those off and put the 3345s on. And I bet we've got 8 or 10 monster rod holders laying in the garage that probably still look brand new.
You suspend? No, you drag a lot with those too, right?
We do everything.
Do
With them.
both.
We drag and suspend and
Mhm.
anchor. We do everything with them. Mostly the 3345s.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
They're the best do-all rod holders. You can get everything done with them.
Yep.
Now
They're the most popular one.
we suspend different than most people do because most people want their rods horizontal when they suspend. I set them in the 45-degree.
Yep.
Or the 33. We set them in the 33, and it just so happens that when I drop that bait to the bottom, and I reel the rod tip to the water, pick it up and put it in that 33-degree angle, it's in the perfect 3 to 5 feet off the bottom. So it just works out great, and the takedowns are amazing because they're at that 33-degree angle.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that gives that a little bit more tension
Mhm.
on the takedown, and it gets a little bit better hookup set. I do the same thing. Now, if the wind's blowing or it's getting on, we're real rough, I'll put mine at a more, because you can use that 3345 for a
Right.
horizontal one as well. You just don't.
Yep.
it's
And we
not-
have done it that way, but with the way we fish, we've got 3 on one side of the back of the boat, 3 on the other, and we'll put like one in each of the middle rod holders, and then one's on the outside, or we'll use the Ranger ones on the side of the boat. That way, we less likely to get our lines tangled because we'll only suspend 4 at a time.
Mhm.
I spread them out as much as I can. Like we'll put 1 rod in the middle of each side of the back, and then 1 on the sides of the boat. So that's 4 rods, and they're spread out enough to keep them from tangling, especially in that deeper water. You get in 50, 60, 70 feet of water, and you got 50, 60, 70 feet of line down there. It doesn't take much for that line on the side of the boat to get in the back of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when there's a fish on it.
Yeah.
It's like they target the other
It's
lines.
like they know they're there.
That's when I try to fish with the live bait. It gets in every line I've got. I don't know. I just can't fish with live bait.
You got to use a heavier sinker.
Is it? That's what my problem is?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm suspending, it's an 8, or no, we use 10 ounce now.
Yeah.
We put 10 ounce on our suspended rods every time.
Okay.
If I had 12 ounce, I'd use those.
Yeah, you want to use it. You want to use the heavier weight for better control. You know where that bait's at. If you happen to pull that bait a little bit, and that line is like that, I like my line straight up and down as much as I can. But if I notice that thing start getting like that, I either slow down or put a heavier sinker on to keep it where I want it.
Okay.
But for the live bait, they're so lively down there. If you put a heavier sinker on, he can't move it around. So
Mm-hmm.
you may be better off that way. In my experience.
Stonefly said he had some 14s for you.
14s.
Yep.
When we got current, I'd use them.
We was
I don't
using
like-
24s the other day on the Mississippi River.
Oh my God.
Imagine you'd have to.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't it feel like there's already a fish on?
Oh, your pole's already bent like that. But,
Yeah.
but it still gets hooked when they hit it.
Mm-hmm.
The current's going like 3.5, 4 mile an hour current down there. So you really got to get something down, heavy to keep it straight up and down. Otherwise, it's going to be 100 feet behind your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and fished that Megabucks thing. Was it last weekend or week 4 last? Down in
Yeah.
Vicksburg, Mississippi. It was a lot of fun. It was hot, but it was a lot of fun.
Did you catch some fish?
Yeah, the fish wasn't biting all that good. But yeah, we caught some fish. It was a 2-day event, and you had to qualify the first day to fish the second day, and we did qualify. We come in 8th the first day, and then I think the whole shoot match we come in like 13th or something like that.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Mississippi River is a whole different animal than the
yeah.
Tennessee River.
Mm-hmm. I'm scared of it. I don't think I want no part of it. It's a little too. I
It
went
can
on a steamboat one time, and I'm like, geez.
be, yeah. The current can be a little intimidating, but there's a lot of things you can't see under the water. There's a lot of sandbars, and it looks perfectly fine, like you could just run right across it, but your boat will stop. it'll get logged in the sand there.
You got to know what you're doing.
Well, you just stay between the buoys. Stay where
Yeah.
they want you to go, and you'll be fine. Don't take shortcuts.
Yeah.
So how's the fishing down in your all's neck of the woods?
Well, if we go to our local lakes and channel catfish, we've been doing pretty good. But
Mhm.
as soon as we hit that Ohio River, it's been tough.
Doesn't. Yeah.
There's no flow.
That's why I like the Ohio River.
I don't know. I mean, I used to say the same thing, but anymore it seems like when we don't have flow, I can't do what I want to do because
Yeah.
we don't have enough flow. It's I shouldn't say I can't. It's harder to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to get on that trolling motor and make yourself go where you want to go. And
Now today we went somewhere. We fished a section of the river we'd never fished before, and we didn't do very well. But I know there's going to be fish there. We just need to fish it.
Yep.
Right. Where was you at? Because we got a lot of rain. That Ohio River should be flowing pretty good.
Not today. We launched at Rising Sun, went upriver a couple miles.
James showing out. He got a 51, a 41, a 31, a 18, and a 13, and lost a couple.
Nice.
Well, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Who's that, James?
Yeah.
I taught him everything he knows.
This is what James does. When we fish together, we go to the crappy spots, and he saves the good ones for when he's by himself.
Don't think I'm all conceited or anything. I was just joking with him. He's probably learned more than I ever know.
He said, yes, he did.
No, I was just joking with him.
Speaking of big numbers, I think Chris and Telly's got some big PBs.
Well, I mean, kind of. Well, she's got a bigger PB flathead than I do.
Yeah.
Kinda. 80 pounds is not kinda.
Well, all right. Yeah, we got some good. We've been lucky enough to catch some good fish. I caught my PB on Taylorsville Lake in Kentucky. It was 86 pounds. Telly's PB, that's a blue.
Mm-hmm.
Telly's PB blue came from Lake Gaston
in Virginia. 70.
My PB flathead is only 27. That came from Lake Wiley.
And then this past time when we were in Tennessee, PB flathead is 45 in the gorge.
That was a nice flathead.
Yes, it was.
And then my PB channel cat is 22.22, believe it or not. And that came from Lake Mendota in Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yep, downtown Madison.
Really?
They got some huge channel cats there.
It's a really big lake, and early spring, those channel cats come up and get ready to spawn, and you're in 2 feet or less of water catching 20-pound channel cats.
I mean,
that sounds pretty awesome.
It's a lot of fun. They tail walk. I mean, like bass. You'll see them on top of the water tail walking before your rod bends over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they fish like that out in Texas too. I got my butt spanked out there one time. I was taking the Tennessee River, my experience with the Tennessee River, out to the Possum Kingdom, I think it was. And it's the same scenario. A river, the Brazo River, runs through, and they've dammed it up. And I thought, man, I can go out there and just knock some fish out. And I was not doing very well. And we went to the dinner as a tournament. We went to the captain's meeting, and everybody said, oh, man, you got to get in 2 foot of water and catch them things. So the next day I went up in 2 foot of water in the buckbush and threw my baits in snaggy buckbush, started catching fish. It's a different animal in Texas. They like that shallow water for some reason.
Well, up there in Lake Mendota, well, let's go ahead and answer this question, and I'll
any tips or tricks for rod storage on boat, safe for both trailering and fishing nasty water? From G-Style.
If you don't have a rod locker, I know, like Steve, you gear tie your rods up on the sides of your boat, right?
Yeah, I'm old school. I throw my rods around, and I'm probably the worst guy on rods there is. I just, while I'm traveling, I'll tie them up so they just don't fall all down and scatter in the boat. But when I'm moving from spot to spot, I just kind of lean my stuff up there and go. I know there's a lot of folks out there. I mean, I've seen guys at the end of the fishing day that will, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's not me. But they'll put rod socks on it, and then they'll wrap the reels with stuff, and they'll gently put them everywhere. But me, I just throw the crap in the corner and take off and go.
Now I know there's also if I don't know what kind of boat he has, but a lot of the boats that have the removable seats where their seat pedestal goes, there's companies that make rod racks that you can put in that seat pedestal, and it stores your poles in the upright position.
We also sell some rod transport holders as well. They kind of stand up. They call them rocket launchers, and they kind of stand up. You bolt it to your boat, and we've got one for 2, 3, and 4, and we've got singles. If you want to manage your rods that way.
There you go. Perfect.
And you got net holder too, don't you?
Net holders, yeah.
A sinker holder, I think. You got.
I should use all my stuff, like I say, but I'm old school, and I just, I've got it available for the guys that do like to organize their rods as they're traveling.
You said Jody said you had sinker holders.
What is it? Yeah, storage
sinker.
Yeah, it's aluminum boxes to separate your sinkers.
No? Okay, those are the rocket.
Those are the rod transport.
Well, next time we stop in, I'm gonna need to see these sinker organizers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're 16-inch by 4-inch with 4 dividers, and you just put your sinkers in that and roll with it.
So what I was going to tell you before the question is, when we were up there at Lake Mendota, we were dragging baits, and people up there don't fish that way. We had so many boats that would come up to us. Freddie was with me when we were doing this. Freddie from FOA, but we were dragging baits, and these people would come out of their way and over to us to be like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, we're dragging baits. We're like, we've never seen people do that before,
Oh. Well, that's a new technique they can learn, that's for sure.
Most of them don't fish for catfish up there anyway.
Yeah, they're all like pike and walleye.
You catch a lot of pike up there dragging for those channel cats. So we call it a lot of pike.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you go up there and teach them some stuff, I guess. But,
I don't know about that.
Well, you probably did teach somebody something if they out there.
Yeah.
What the heck you doing? But when you start catching fish, they'll make a believer out of them.
Most of the locals we saw that were actually fishing for catfish, they were just going up around the docks and throwing it. I thought they were crappie fishing.
Mm-hmm.
They were shooting docks for those channel cats.
Right. We used to do that on Taylorsville Lake before they put the blues in. Taylorsville used to have some of the biggest channel cats you ever seen. I mean, big meatheads. And we'd get a black light on the side of our boat, and that's when I had my bass boat. And it's just like a cork and a bobber, and either night crawlers, crawdads, or something. And you just keep on a trolling motor on a slow speed, and you just flip. If you ain't got bit in 30 seconds, you pull it up and flip again. And we used to lay them up at Taylorsville Lake like that.
Interesting.
That's what I just a lot of fun, because you're always doing something instead of waiting on it. And those were fierce, pretty fierce takedowns. When they hit that, it's gone. Jody, how's your fishing?
How's my fishing?
Yeah.
I caught a 38-pounder about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the biggest I've caught since then is 15 pounds. All kinds of little ones, but double up with them. But I even had one cut my hand open. It finally hit.
A little one or a big one?
One that's about 10 pounds. It didn't spine me. It sliced my hand open when it jerked its head.
Oh.
It cut me instead of sticking me.
I seen something down at the Mississippi River this year, like 2 weeks ago. I'm sure y'all heard of Casey Tudorow, a pretty good tournament guy. He had some pictures of the fish that he was catching 2 weeks ago, still dropping eggs.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. So that, I've heard that before over the years that the channel or the catfish will do 2 spawns a year, and I guess it just depends on the weather and the conditions, but they're definitely doing it. Or the spawn wasn't over on the Mississippi River, one of the two. But generally, anywhere in the United States, except real far north, the spawn is always over. No matter, even in the deep south, the spawn's over, by the mid of July. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they had a second spawn. But that might be why you're not catching any big fish. They could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Or it could be because we're on the Ohio River.
I
And the
haven't
water's
really
really warm anyway.
places
Like
either.
bath water.
I'm still learning that boat, and I was getting water in it and couldn't figure out how. So we was taking plugs out and putting plugs in, and then I realized I was cutting the switch onto the pump to the live wells and flooding them.
Oh,
Mm.
you don't use your pontoon anymore?
I barely. It's out in the yard.
Oh, you gonna sell it?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm gonna collect them. I plan on getting a new pontoon next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those seem a little harder to launch than a regular boat. I've never launched one, but they just look like they're a headache to launch and put on the trailer.
I think it's just like I do it by myself all the time, launch and put it on. I don't have no trouble at all. But you'll see some people, 3 or 4 out there, and they can't get it on their trailer, can't cinch it up. I think it's just experience.
Yeah, I think, and I've seen the
Yeah.
same thing. People struggle with pontoons, and then
Mhm.
we'll go out with J-Dog, and sometimes he'll just tie off to the dock, back the trailer in. He just grabs the rope and pulls the boat, and it goes up right up on the trailer by itself.
I've done that before.
Hmm.
J-Dog
Yeah.
actually was one of the ones that taught me how to load and unload mine by myself.
I think it just comes down to how much you do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
And
easy.
I've seen too, there's different types of trailers for the pontoons. Some of them have the bunk boards where you got to get the pontoons right on them, and then some of them have, it's more like just a frame where it sets between the pontoons.
Yeah. And I think it has to do with the size and how you got it weighted down. I've got very little on mine. Mine's very light. It's a 20-footer, so it's easy.
You gonna go back with another 20-footer?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, what's wrong with your pontoon now? Why a new boat?
It don't have a trolling motor on it, and I got tired of double anchoring in 70 foot of water, and my motor kept stalling. And every time I fell in the water, had an accident, is because my motor stalled. Like when I was trying to load or get to the dock, while
How come
you're
you
trying
don't put a new motor on it?
I couldn't afford it.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I tell you. Here's an odd story off beat, but I paid off my truck and a 4-wheeler that I had, and my credit rating just plummeted. I mean, it dropped 60 points for me paying off something.
Mm-hmm.
So I got talking to some people about credit ratings, and they want you to have something all the time. So I bought me a motor out of Florida to put on my boat when mine, and I'm only paying like $149 a month. Now it may be on 20 years, I don't know, but that was my plan to do, was have something small that I could keep for many years, because they go by your oldest loan, I guess, or oldest note. And when I paid my oldest note off with my truck, it looks like they bonus you or reward you for paying off something, but that's the reason I bought a new motor. And I tell you, I can send you a link down in Florida. They'll fix you right up for about $149 or less a month.
I just tell you, I want, I paid my dues. I mean, I ragged that pontoon out. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but I'm ready for some luxury.
I got you.
Ready to be spoiled.
You gonna put your cabin on it and everything too?
Yeah, but I'm also looking at a smaller boat like yours and James's.
Oh,
Your boat is too big and heavy for me, but I could go with the smaller one, the smaller brand.
right.
So I'm also looking at that.
Well, that'd be nice. Them cabs are pretty cool.
I just want an
I'd
enclosure
love
and a
that.
place to sleep.
Yep. They would be
Sweet.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you go out at nighttime and just throw your rods out and hang tight for a while, don't you?
Well, I haven't lately. I mean, I fish all night, but I haven't been sleeping because I've been using that trolling motor, and I'm afraid it'll go dead while I'm asleep.
Oh,
I don't trust it just yet.
well, you got to get you some of them lithium batteries.
Mm-hmm.
They'll last you for days.
Okay.
I still
Jane,
don't think I'd go to sleep with a trolling motor spotlight in my head. That would be spooky.
Do I prefer night or daytime fishing? I like them both, but sometimes nighttime fishing does get slow for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
But I've caught a lot of big fish at night. I like the flatheads at night. But you almost have to go at night now because it's 187 degrees out.
Yeah, it's so
today.
hot out.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Chris Flores, thanks for coming in.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Mr. Flores.
I use a monster
That's
anchor.
right.
Yep.
Monster anchor will last a lifetime.
Hi, Tomcat. Jeff Bill and that Aspen 922 Crappie Barbecue. Got a lot of people come in. Thank you all for coming in. Benoa Fishing.
The bugs are, yeah, James is on something there. The
Yes.
bugs at night, the bugs.
Mm.
It's been kind of weird for us lately. We've been going out at night, fishing the local lake, and it seems like it gets dark, and we try not to turn any more lights on than we need to. Now, if we're filming, we light
Yeah.
everything up, but
Mm-hmm.
when we're out there and we're not filming or we're not live, we keep just the lights in the back of the boat that shine up so you can see the rods. And the bugs will be out there in the back of the boat, and they're not too bad. But it seems like from I don't know, right after dark until
For about
11,
an hour.
11:30.
Hour
And
a
then
half.
like after 11:30 or so, the bugs are just gone.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
don't-
that dew starts falling and they leave. My boat's lit up like a football field, but I can get inside my cab and all my lights are outside the cab and they don't bother me in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I can remember back in the day being on the Ohio River and the mayflies come up.
Mayflies can be awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they were so thick, I had to do this to breathe.
yeah.
But
Yep.
they was everywhere. And I didn't know it, but they come up out of the water. They
Yeah.
come up from the deep in little things, and then they hatch at the top and fly
I
out.
didn't know that either.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love a mayfly bite.
Yeah.
There's fish everywhere.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
you
tell
can
you.
throw your cast net and get a lot of bait too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you'll get a lot of little channel cats and stuff up on the top. I've never caught any big fish up there, but yeah, it's a different kind of night when you bombarded with mayflies.
Mhm.
I'm fixing to go to Nickajack again. Right now, I've had one of my best fishing adventures ever on Nickajack on a full moon in August. So I'm fixing.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
We are, what is it, October? Yeah, October, we're going to Wilson Wheeler for our first time.
Hmm.
We'll go down there and check those out. Going down there to, for the Kevin's tournament, what's it called? Fishing New Waters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we've never fished them, so we're going to go down there and do that tournament down there.
Wilson's pretty good. I'm not fond of Wheeler just because it's been beat to death.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But Wilson's pretty good. Wilson's a short lake, so you can get one end of the lake and up from the other like really quick. It ain't but about 15 miles. But yeah,
That's
you should be
probably
fine.
the one we're going to save for the tournament. We'll probably
Probably.
fish Wheeler
Yep.
until the tournament day, and then fish.
Then
So,
fish
because
Wilson.
we got to go someplace we've never fished.
Right.
So,
Well, nowhere in 6 months, I think.
so no, yeah, 6 months.
6 months.
So I'm
So
going to
take it out.
Nickajack. I'm saving Nickajack for that one.
6
I know.
months?
Yeah.
And we're in Chickamauga this weekend.
Why 6 months?
It's just the tournament rules.
Yeah, it's part of the rules.
I've never heard of this tournament. What tournament is it?
Fishing new waters. It's part of the Iron Cat, I believe. Fishing new waters.
Yep.
And that's the whole point of the tournament is he wants you to get out there and fish a place that either you've never fished or you haven't fished in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. 6 months. It's gonna be cold, girl.
No,
No,
you have to be 6 months before
6 months.
you fished it prior 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Longer.
Yep.
I got you.
The tournament's in October.
That'd probably be a pretty good time to fish.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, I got my PB in October.
Did you?
63 pounds, yeah.
Where was that at? A Watts Bar?
No, that was a Nickajack.
Nickajack.
I'm going to the same place.
You know, now that just made me think of something. Every one of our PBs have been caught in the spring.
Yep.
Every one of them.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that until just right now.
Yeah, Nickajack. I went down there for 3 days one time, and the first 2 days kind of really sucked. And I told Lisa, I said, "Well, let's go out one more time before we leave." And it was a night. You know, we went out there at 6 o'clock at night, and from 6 o'clock that night, when I first set up my first spot, 60 pounder, and then it was 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 50, 70, 80, and just by
Nice.
by 2 o'clock in the morning, I had to quit fishing because my arm locked up from doing it. I mean, it
Oh my
Charlie horsed on me, and they were still biting when I left. And I had the most awesome footage you ever seen. But then Luke Nichols kind of helped me with this. He says, "Oh, well, I put all my stuff on a hard drive, and because I've never done that before, I always take my SD card out and make my video. So I thought I got some footage. Let me put it on a hard drive. So I put it on a 10-year-old hard drive, not knowing anything. It wouldn't extract off of it.
Wow.
And then I accidentally deleted 95% of the stuff that I had. Never
Wow.
do that. I still got a lot of it, but Lisa's on it and she don't want to be on film. So I had a camera up above me that was getting everything. And I got a few. I was able to, while I was fighting all that, I was able to get a couple still shots from that 100 I caught. But you should have seen me trying to get in that boat by myself. I mean, I had to put a cooler over to the side and stand up on the cooler and pull and huff and puff, and that was an amazing night. And I doubt if I'll ever be able to recreate it, but I'm going to try. But the shad was so thick. Talk about mayflies, but the shad was so thick on top of the water. I know I was in 70 foot of water, but my depth finder said 2 foot of water.
Wow.
Wow.
Which they were. And I've never caught anything on a full moon on any time besides that one night, and it was just it was crazy. And I didn't go, you know, where we went out, where we put in it down there. I went right across. I think I might have showed you that sunken barge and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I started there, and I didn't even get to the second bridge and had all them fish. I probably had
Wow.
fish.
Oh my goodness.
It was nuts, and it killed me when I erased all that stuff accidentally. So
Yeah.
I learned you can't put anything on a 10-year-old hard drive. So I bought research.
Well, I mean, you learned something, and at least it wasn't,
Right.
you know, at least it wasn't somebody secretly switched your GoPro from photo
Yeah,
from video to photo.
yeah. That was a good fish.
That was a lot of fun.
good commentary that you had going
Yes.
on.
I was standing, Jody. I was up on coolers, had aerial views, and getting down in front of her, putting the camera in front of her. Martin Scorsese has nothing on me.
I couldn't get the rod out of the rod holder.
That was going to be
I
the
wasn't tall
fishing.
enough.
That was going to be the fishing video of the year, but it was on photo.
Yep.
Wasn't even recording.
That's okay. We
Well,
have
that stuff happens. It happens.
It does.
And Steve, after we figured it out, Steve looked at Telly and he was so calm. He just
He
looked at
was.
Telly and he says, "You want to push him in, or you want me to?"
That was awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a fun time. I can't wait till next year to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't think Telly gets enough credit for all she does. Now, she's out there fishing all the time. She helps do everything on the boat. And she catches big fish. I mean, she's a really good female angler, and she needs a little more credit than what she gets.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
that's one of those things
Means a
that,
lot.
you know, there's still a lot of stuff that she wants to learn about, you know, handling the boat and things like that. And
Yep.
it's hard to do some of those things, especially this time of year, because it's so crowded.
Oh my
And-
goodness.
And that makes her nervous. And I don't want to put her in a position where, you know, she's just too nervous, or, you know, like back in the boat in when there's 5 other boats launching at the same time. You know, that's
Yeah.
not the best time to teach somebody to back the boat in, you know. So we just need to get where she has to deal with Chris. I saw that Dominic.
And I've been learning how to do that. Now we got a new truck, so now I got to relearn it.
So she's got to relearn because we've got a new truck. So she's going to relearn backing the boat in again.
Yep.
What kind of truck did you get?
I bought a Tundra.
Toyota.
Yeah, we went from the Tacoma to the Tundra. So
Okay.
now we don't even know that boat's back there.
Nope.
Wow. That's good.
So comfy.
Extremely. We kind of went away. It is 4-wheel drive, but we kind of went away from the off-roady looking, and I call it my old man truck because it's, you know, it's comfort all the way.
How old are you now? About 39?
Oh, good.
No.
No,
No.
I'll be 55 in a couple of years.
You're no way.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll be 53 in December.
53 in December.
Yep.
All right, I'll believe you on the old man truck now. I didn't know you was that old. I figured you was like early 40s.
Wait till you find out how old she is.
Oh my goodness.
She's like 110.
I am younger than he is.
I'm gonna say she's about 42.
No. Thank you. But no, I'm 48.
Well, look at Chris dating the little girls. Well, I can't complain. Lisa's 5 years younger than me too. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm ready to retire. Move to Tennessee.
Ready to move.
I heard that you've been looking at real estate.
Yes.
I can retire at 55 from my job, and I think it's looking like we're going to do it. We're going to sell everything up here and buy something down there.
I showed you where to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jasper, Tennessee.
yep.
Mhm.
Right there next to everything.
What's that other town we really like, that area?
What is it?
It's like
Pittsburgh?
it's like Pittsburgh. Yeah, South Pittsburgh.
South
Oh
Pittsburgh.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's right there on Gunnersville.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobcat says it's closed, Chris.
Tennessee's closed.
Stevenson. I think Stevenson's Alabama though. In Alabama, not Tennessee.
Yep. We got a lot of female anglers coming up in the ranks.
Well, that's the good thing about catfishing. It's not a man's sport. It's a family sport. Everybody can do it. It's just,
I love that she loves it.
huh?
I love that she loves it.
Oh yeah, yeah. What? Happy wife, happy life,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You get to go do the things you love because she's loving what you're doing. So that's
Oh, yeah.
So, if you don't mind, I'd like to tell you a story of how awesome this woman is. All right.
all right.
So, this coming weekend is our anniversary. Don't ask me how many years, but this coming weekend is our anniversary. And the other day, I'm sitting in the living room watching TV, and she comes in and she's got this bag behind her back. Now, we don't buy each other gifts. We just quit doing that long time ago. So, first thing I say is, you're not supposed to be buying gifts. She's like, well, do you want it now or do you want to wait? And I was like, well, you obviously want me to have it now. So
I couldn't wait.
Go ahead and give it to me. So I open this bag, and inside it's a T-shirt. And I pull this T-shirt out, and I open it up. And she's giving me this speech. She's crying her eyes out, telling me how great of a person I am, because I am. But, I'm thinking, why is she crying over all this T-shirt? So I pull this T-shirt out, and I open it up, and on the front of the T-shirt it says, "Cruising Together, Alaska, 2025."
Alaska.
She's got an Alaskan cruise.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, it is.
He's always wanted to go there.
It's been one of my dream vacations.
Yep.
So you're gonna get off the boat and do like a little flounder fishing or anything like
Well,
that?
I mean it all depends. You know, it depends on if is the ship arriving on time and how much does that excursion cost? And because some of these excursions, they are ridiculously
Yes,
expensive.
they can be.
Like a helicopter take you out to a glacier and land on the glacier, $500 a person.
That ain't bad. That's worth it.
That'd be cool though.
It'd be worth it.
It'd be really cool.
For a once in a lifetime adventure like that, that's cheap, I think.
But I don't want this to be once in a lifetime. I want to go back to Alaska. You know,
We've not got there yet.
we want to do something more like Kevin did. You know, where you actually
fishing
go
part of it,
interior
too.
Canada or in interior Alaska and drive yourself around and explore and fish.
You need to call Luke Nichols
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, Luke,
Nichols
let's
don't
do a
know who
video
we
together."
are. Luke Nichols don't know who we are. I sent him an email and he's like, "What's that? What's this?" You know.
Luke's a good guy. He'd probably take you out. He'd take you out and let him help you build a snow tunnel or something out there.
That looks like way too much work for me.
Yeah, but yeah, Alaska seems cool. Just to look. Are you going in like the warm months?
August.
We're going in August.
Oh yeah, I bet the views are going to just be awesome, and you might be able to see whales.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
one.
I
That's
can't
the
wait.
one thing. You know, I want. You know, of course, the sites themselves, but I want to see whales. So if we do an excursion, more than likely it'll be a whale watching excursion. But I've been doing a lot of research now that I know we're going, and a lot of these YouTube videos. I mean, you can go on there, and the ship that we're actually going to be on, there's no shortage of YouTube videos about that ship.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people are saying, you know, they seen a lot of whales just up from the ship, you know. So they ended up not doing the excursion because they saw so many whales without paying for it.
So
That
you
would
got
be
a whole year to do some research and find what
Mhm.
you want to do, and that's cool.
Yep.
In a couple weeks, we'll be going to get our passports. So, because we'll be going into Canada for part of it.
Yeah, our last stop on the way back is in Canada.
Are you driving up there? Or are you flying up there?
Flying.
We'll fly to Seattle.
Oh, okay. That sounds like an adventure.
I'm ready.
Sounds
Why are
like
you
you got
making
a
it wait
pretty
till
awesome
2025?
life.
Really?
You know what?
What's that?
You got a pretty awesome wife getting you that.
I do have an awesome life.
Mm-hmm. And I heard she can cook.
I can.
Yes, she can.
Yeah. You do videos of it too, also. So
Yeah. As a
Yes.
matter of fact, she was just talking today that she she makes I'm sure you guys stuffed green peppers.
Mhm.
So she used to make those all the time, and I was like, you know what you ought to do, because it's so much work stuffing those peppers.
Oh my goodness.
What
It
you ought to
is.
do is just chop the peppers up and make it a casserole. You know,
Yeah.
exactly the same thing, and just
Yeah.
now that's what she does, and it is so good.
That's
Stuffed
interesting. I
pepper
don't know
casserole.
about that.
mhm.
It's already ready to
Cajun
eat.
honey butter salmon. There'll be a few more videos coming
Yeah,
out.
what'd you say? What's
The-
Cajun honey butter salmon? Yeah,
Yes.
she wants to do that video too.
I love
You
me
can-
some salmon.
The salmon is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the sweetness of salmon. I like the honey butter sounded really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can find all those videos on their Hooks and Hammocks channel. So if you're not
Yep.
subscribed, please subscribe to him. And please subscribe to Steve Douglas's channel. You can find lots of useful information and great videos of catching fish on both.
She has a cooking video on the Catfish Comics channel too. Catfish cooking.
Mhm.
Jody, we need to figure out how I can get this thing streamed on my channel as well. I'm not that smart anymore as far as this technology goes. So
Are you on your laptop?
I think when you go into it, there's an option because I allow it for you to be able to stream, but I don't.
So right now, up in the top right corner of my screen, I see a button that says "Stream this to your audience."
I do too.
You might. I wouldn't do it right now.
Right.
Maybe play around with it.
Yeah, we might test it. I haven't made any videos in quite some time, but I need to get back into it. But I'm just working so much. It's, you know, when you're supplying fishing equipment to all the fishermen, you're fishing days kind of get numbered. So but
Yep.
I'm hoping to get back into it a little bit. I haven't made but one video this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to do them quite often, but I'm still making $600 a month.
There you go.
You know, so
Well,
with all the previous videos,
all the older
Right.
ones.
all
Yep.
the old ones, yeah.
That's
And it
good.
seems like they're getting a lot of traction lately. I don't know if it's just people looking for fishing stuff, but there's a lot of people watching old videos right now.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But you guys need to get down there to Nickajack again, and let's go do a video, and I'll be in control of the camera.
Okay, it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, so I'll tell you what. We'll come down there and we'll look at these sinker organizers, and we'll schedule
plan
a
it
trip
out.
to Nickajack.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right now's the time. Right now, Nickajack's just. I mean, there's a lot of people that fish it, but Nickajack is really a sleeper lake.
Yeah.
Like right now, you could go down there and teach her how to put a boat in with your truck, because there's just not a lot of people on the lake. You won't see a lot of them up there.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we went, wasn't there a big barge or something? A big
Yeah,
paddle
a cruise ship. It was like a
That
cruise
cruise
ship. that
ship.
came through.
cruise ship come
Yep.
down.
And there was nobody on it. Remember, it looked like a ghost ship. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
it
like,
did.
"Wait, there's a giant cruise ship and there's no people on it."
But yeah, you did some research on that too, didn't you?
Yes.
When you was there, you said it like went all the way to the Mississippi River.
Yes, there's different cruises. Yep.
That'd be interesting to do. But I'd want people on the boat, I guess. I'd be
Yeah, it looked like a ghost town on that boat.
I
that
would
ship,
imagine they probably were on their way to pick up, or wherever it was, whatever port they go to pick up their passengers. But yeah, that was a little bit spooky when that thing came
was
through.
very
Like that
spooky.
giant ship, and there's nobody on it.
yeah.
At least we didn't see anybody.
No, there's all kinds of lounge chairs all the way around. They were empty.
I fished
Wow.
that lake for years, and that's the first time I ever seen a boat like that down through there.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, Nickajack is not real busy like Wheeler or Wilson or especially Chickamauga. You don't want to get on Chickamauga right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Watts Bar, how bad it gets.
It's bad on the weekends.
I was gonna say we've only fished once more. We went last year, the year before,
Year before.
for a week, and it was crazy.
Oh my goodness.
It was crazy with other boaters.
Yeah,
There's
you
a
go
lot
to
of people on the boat ramp fishing, and they won't move.
Yeah, they won't get
Oh,
out of
yeah.
your way. Yeah, we've
That they
experienced
got.
that too.
Everything.
what lake's that? Watts Bar?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or down there in the gorge, we launched one morning down there in the gorge, Suck Creek area,
Yep.
and
Thank you, Chris.
we noticed a car parked there by the boat ramp at the early morning, and there's just a car there. And we back the boat in, because the way we do it is I'll back it all the way to the water, then I get in the boat, he backs me in the rest of the way, and then she goes and parks the truck and trailer, and then I pick her up at the dock. So she's coming back from the dock, and
Oh
that
my.
car that was parked there was a man in that car, and he had a mannequin head next to him with it all makeup and hair done and everything.
Yeah.
So you see some
Yep.
strange things at some of these boat ramps.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was gonna be respectful and be like, "Hi, good morning," and I was like, "Yeah, no." I'll just keep walking.
I think it was Bobcat's friend that we saw.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I got to fish with Bobcat this year. That was a lot of fun. He's a hoot to fish with.
Yeah, Bobby's
That
a
is.
He jinxed himself though. We was out there fishing, and some guy he knows come up beside him,
yeah.
and he hit a big fish. I mean, he was on hard, and he was over joking with him. Hey, look at me, I'm catching fish, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, that fish made a turn, bloop, and he just come off right in front of them people.
Mhm.
But I know he was just ragging the guy,
Oh yeah.
all in fun and everything. But he jinxed himself when he started doing that. I'd like to seen that fish. He was probably 60 plus.
Nice.
Wow.
But yeah, he was a lot of fun to fish with. That was kind of unexpected. I was supposed to fish with somebody else, and they brought their own boat or something. I can't remember. And he's like, "I'll go fish with you." I said, "Well, let's do it." So yeah, that's a lot of fun down there. Y'all going next year?
Oh yeah, we'll always go to the gathering. We have a
Yep.
ton of fun together.
Yeah.
We'll have to be a little bit more selective next year because of the Alaskan trip. But yes,
We mean
Tennessee,
selective.
we will be there.
Well, because we usually, we go a lot of places, a lot of different times of the year, but we're going to have to take the way our work schedule is. Normally, we can take 2 days and have a whole week off. 2 days of vacation. But with the Alaska trip, we're going to have to take
Like
5 days of vacation.
because
to
of
get-
the way the
Yeah,
schedule
because of the way
fell.
the schedule falls. So that's an extra 3 days of vacation that we won't have next year.
I
It
got
takes
you.
away from another trip somewhere. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh, I got you. I got
It
you.
doesn't affect me as much as it affects her because I've been there a lot longer, so I have more vacation than she
Yeah.
does.
You're gonna have to just prioritize your fishing spots and fishing
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
I got you. Well, it'd be worth it with that Alaska trip.
Oh yeah,
Well,
most
that and
definitely.
we're definitely doing a Louisiana trip next year,
in October.
and then there's a trip coming in the spring that we're keeping a secret.
Yep.
A couple people know about it, but we're not going to say where it is right now.
Not yet.
But we're going to do that in the spring. So I mean, there's 3 trips right there that eat up vacation. So
You need to just hurry up and retire.
I
Now,
know.
I mean, right? Yeah.
is Tully gonna retire at the same time you do, or are you just like on your own? And she's gonna
No, I can't.
She's got to keep. I mean, even I will still have to work. It's an early retirement for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we get to Tennessee, I'm still going to have to work, but I won't have to drive fishing.
Right.
So you could probably just go somewhere at a hardware store and get you a little job just for some side cash. or
Yeah.
That's
something.
what I'm hoping for. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Go be a Walmart greeter
I'll greet them all right.
right there in the air conditioning, man.
Oh Lord, I'll never go back to Walmart.
Yeah.
Nope, we're about to come to the end of the show. It's 7:27. We got 3 minutes
Oh,
left.
Already?
Yep. You got
Oh, wow.
anything you want to mention or talk about still?
I mean, other than, well, we do have another trip coming up in September that
Crab Orchard Lake.
everybody's welcome to.
Yes.
It's turned into kind of a meet and greet. Crab Orchard Lake in Illinois, channel
Yep.
catfishing.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of YouTubers are going to be there now. I'm not even going to start naming them because I'll forget people, and I don't want to do that. But there was a lot of us going.
Yes. We've not fished that one either.
We never fished a Crab Orchard,
Mm-mm.
and they got good channel cats. They actually have good flatheads in there too. So,
Mm-hmm. Cool.
but we like to go. We'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
We just like to go fish new places.
I like to see everything, so I'm always on board.
Well, yes, do where you go up on the mountains and go through all them trails and stuff.
Oh, the hiking.
Oh my goodness.
We
I love the mountains.
yeah, and we really enjoy the hiking, but I've got a bad leg and had a knee replacement and everything else on top of it. It's kind of hard for me. I mean, as much as we love doing it, we can't do it a lot because I just physically can't. So
You get to be an old man, that's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Now I can rag you about that like I do James.
yeah.
I called him an old man one time and it hurt his feelings.
Oh,
We've got to space it out
Yeah.
farther.
Yeah, the hydro web net does float. That is for sure.
If you have the old one, you can buy a floating handle off the website, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
And replacement nets.
Yeah.
so Steve, I'd like to ask you a question, but specifically about the net that I've heard a lot of people ask, and I don't know if you've ever been asked it or if you've replied to it or not. But have you ever considered making the handles longer?
I have, but the shipping on them nets are crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. That's the only reason I don't do it. But I mean, I can get a 6-foot net handle, but then I got to get a 6-foot box.
Ah,
So
Yeah.
it'd be like shipping a rod at that point.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm But I mean, I can do if enough people ask me about it, I guess I could just ship a portion of the net and then the net handle separately or something. But yeah, I can, especially the people in pontoons, they need a little bit extra length. And I thought about extending the handle, and I've got one that I'm prototyping, but I won't be able to put my flotation handle to work. And to me, a floating handle is a little bit more than a extended.
Yeah.
So, well, I appreciate you guys coming in here, and Jody, you doing this for me. I appreciate that. You guys need any Monster Rod Holder products? Use Jody's or coupon code or Hooks and Hammocks coupon code and help them.
I'd tell you what that code is if I could remember it.
Mine's Jody 10.
Jody 10. Yeah, that gets you 10% off of of your purchases.
Someone's wanting to know when the rod holders are going to be back in stock.
I should have a bunch of all my 3345s hopefully by the 1st of next week. I sent them off last Tuesday to have them plastic coated. And just for a quick rundown for people who don't know, the guys who were making my rod holders for me went crazy on pricing this early spring, and I had to find somebody else that would make them reasonable. So I switched Plastisol people, and I switched the manufacturer as well. So that's kind of put me a little behind.
It's understandable.
We should be back on track, probably next week.
All right. And someone said they had a T-shirt. I didn't know you had T-shirts online. I just saw hats.
You ain't seen my cool T-shirts?
No.
My monsters are real.
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
that.
nice.
What?
I don't know that I've seen those
I
either.
don't think I've seen them either. I have to get
And
one.
I was just on the website this week.
Yeah, go under shirts and apparel or something like that, and it's just a silhouette of me holding a big fish. You don't even know it's me, and I mean most people is going to recognize it.
I think I have seen it now.
It's
Yeah.
My monsters are real, REEL.
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool color. They look good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
My monsters are real for sure.
Yep.
And then there's
Yeah,
you got hats on there too.
yeah. Hats
We
on
just moved Kelly's head out of the way. We just added.
Hydro Web.
Yep.
There
see
you
that?
go. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't see. But
Yep. Hats.
red and black
Oh,
hat.
the hat. Yeah.
Yep. The hats.
Next time I'll have pictures already made where I can just pull them up on the screen.
Okay. If you need any, I'll send them to you.
Okay. And someone said they couldn't find decals on the site.
I should have them on the site too. I kind of reworked my website a little bit, and
Nice.
I think they should be under apparel and all that stuff as well.
Apparel and decals.
Mm-hmm.
Say hi.
Hi, puppy.
That's Kimber.
That's Kimber.
She's
What
afraid
kind
of
of dog
everything.
is that?
It's a golden doodle.
Mm-hmm.
We got a double doodle, which is a golden doodle. Ain't they the sweetest dogs?
She is, but this one,
She is.
this one's afraid of everything. I mean, it doesn't. You can walk in here with a Walmart sack and he freaks out.
And she's
Oh,
like
really?
a toddler on steroids. Oh my goodness.
But she's a good dog.
She
She's
is.
very loving and playful. And
And we got one of them, and then we turned around and Lisa wanted a Bernese doodle, and we went to them, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, they're just real docile dogs. They're just laid back. They'll just lay on the couch." We got a disgruntled one or something because it bangs off the wall everywhere.
Awesome.
Freddie's wanting to know about bait rags.
What bait rags? I don't do bait rags. Oh, he sells bait rags though, don't he?
Yeah.
he makes them.
Yes, he does.
I never thought about that. I never
He
really
gave
thought
me
about it.
10 to give away. I've given away 3 of them so far.
We have them here.
Freddy's great Rex.
Well, we've run over. I guess we need to end it. And everybody, I think Roger's show's on. No, his show comes on at 8, don't it? Oh, we don't. Yeah, we got time. I got confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Freddie's
Roger-
bait rags look really good.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to reach out to him. I never thought about selling them, to be honest with you.
I've probably got one laying around here somewhere. I think I do.
We go through them like crazy. I mean,
We do.
because sometimes they just get so bad. I'm like, I'm not taking that in the house and washing it. Just throw it away.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do you do with the rat when you all leave for days?
Our son stays home.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Maybe I need to adopt me another kid or something.
There you go.
We used to leave like a week at a time, but we had little Yorkies, and you
I'm
leave a
available for
Yorkie at home, and the worst they're going to tear up is nothing really. But
Yeah.
Right.
I'm afraid to leave these big ones at home because, like I say, they eat everything. They like to chew on stuff they're not supposed to chew on.
Oh yeah, she ate drywall when she was a puppy.
Yeah.
Drywall.
Yeah.
She ate a hole in the drywall when she was little.
Yep.
Oh, she's pretty. I like the way you got her ears trimmed up all
Thank
long.
you.
Is it a girl or a boy?
Girl.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
See, my name's Kimber, and I like squirrels.
What is it?
I said squirrel. Now they're going crazy.
Come on.
Well, you're gonna laugh at this. Lisa named her first doodle Kitty. And that Bernadette's boot doodles we bought, she named it Squirrel.
Oh really? Nice.
Yeah.
You know, the S word around here is squirrel, and they go nuts.
Oh, okay.
It's like Animal Kingdom in the yard
Yeah,
all the time.
we live out in the country, and they will actually come up to the window. The squirrels will, and they'll hit the window with a nut or something,
and look in.
and the dogs go crazy, and then the squirrels run away, and then they'll come back and do it again.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Made them in yellow too.
Sent me some of them, but I never put two and two together. I thought he'd just send them for a gift or something, but I guess he sells them already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've got them hung up in my display room because I thought they was a gift. You know, when people give me stuff, I put it like in my front room and like a collector's item. I never thought that's pretty cool stuff.
Yep. All right. You guys ready to end it?
Yeah, because I haven't had dinner yet. I'm getting hungry.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate
Thank you for
y'all.
having us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming up. We really appreciate it, Steve, for coming up, and everybody in chat. Thank you very much. And we'll do this again next week. We'll have a different guest.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.
You too.